This one is for all the cybersecurity students and fresh graduates out there. Today, we're going to be discussing how to break into cybersecurity. Before we get started, if you would like to become a cybersecurity professional yourself with hands-on learning experiences, head to saferinternetproject.com and become a member today. I've made lots of videos in the past about breaking into cybersecurity, what the fundamentals are, and different types of technical skills. But today, we're going to be going over some of the more general information that often doesn't even get mentioned. Cybersecurity is still a booming field. There are so many jobs out there, so many. And with the following information, I hope you can get into the industry and start becoming a cybersecurity professional of your own. My first point that I'd like to outline here is that cybersecurity is not a one-size-fits-all industry. Cybersecurity professionals range from all types of different technologies, tools, and avenues within the industry that range from things like becoming an analyst or a governance, risk and compliance officer, all the way up to pen testing. First of all, you need to understand which area of cybersecurity that you want to follow to get into. Sometimes this is defined by the blue team, the purple team, and the red team. The blue team is the more defensive cybersecurity. The red team is on the other end of the spectrum. It's the more offensive security. Then there's the purple team, which is a combination of the two. My homework for you is to have a look at blue, purple, and red team roles and understand which of those roles within those certain teams is one that you might be interested in doing. The next step to break into cybersecurity is to learn the fundamentals of that job role that you have chosen to pursue. The fundamentals of everything in cybersecurity, though, is networking, programming, virtualization of different systems, and of course, the security of those systems. Depending again on which avenue you would like to take, sometimes this looks like learning a programming language like Python, becoming an absolute gun at doing different types of Linux or Bash scripting. However, in every aspect of cybersecurity, you need to understand networking. And not even just cybersecurity, in anything IT related, I would argue absolutely everything within the IT industry, you need to understand networking. A great way to understand these fundamentals is to build your own home labs. There's a video playlist on my channel on building your own attack and defense lab, which is just one example of a never-ending supply of different types of home labs that you could potentially build. This is not only useful for understanding the technology, but it's also useful to use as a passion project when you're applying for a job. I've said this millions of times before on this channel, but building home labs or having a passion project to outline when you're in an interview, something like a hobby that you can showcase, is a critical part of becoming a cybersecurity professional and landing a job. It shows that you are passionate about this industry. It shows that you have an understanding of the fundamental technology. It shows where your main interests lie with actually getting a job, and it just looks so good. When you go into an interview, you talk about how you're so passionate about this one thing that you've built and it's super cool. Recruiters love it, hiring managers love it, and people that you work with actually like to hear about this stuff. It's just cool. The last piece to break into cybersecurity though is to have real hands-on experience. As I've mentioned in previous videos, cybersecurity as an industry is not really entry level by nature. What this means is when people are applying for jobs, usually the requirement within the cybersecurity industry is that you have prior IT experience. I've mentioned before as well how to gain experience in cybersecurity to get a job as an actual cybersecurity professional. However, there are other avenues. The first one I'd like to mention is, of course, Safer Internet Project. The Safer Internet Project provides hands-on training with 2 real-world pen testing sessions every single week on actual businesses. Nothing else exists like this in the world. With the Safer Internet Project, you are able to gain hands-on experience that you can show on your resume, LinkedIn profile, or job applications. And it's actually extremely affordable considering the amount of resources you get as being a member of the Safer Internet Project. What you can also do is start with a more entry-level job like IT help desk or service desk. A lot of people look down on service desk or IT help desk roles as being too basic for them. They're above that. But let me tell you, IT help desk is actually a job that encompasses so many different technologies, so many different industries, and you really do get to learn a lot in a position like that. I really do highly recommend those positions to start with. Sometimes you can also use your home lab experience as experience on your resume. However, it looks more like a home lab system than actual professional experience. Now onto a bonus topic, and this one is one that's mentioned often, but I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. Networking with people, talking with people, understanding the industry from industry professionals, and having that as a guidance to be able to bounce questions off and basically build your own personal network on is super vital in any job application. It's not just in cybersecurity, it's not just in IT. Sometimes the jobs come from the people you know rather than the applications that you put in. And it's always best to give it your absolute best shot when you want to get into an industry. If you're looking to get into cybersecurity and you don't know anyone in cybersecurity, I highly recommend going to different meetup groups or different networking events where you can talk to other people who are already in the industry to learn from, to build relationships with, and to basically just help yourself by getting into the industry by talking to people and helping them out, or maybe they help you out. It's kind of like having an informal mentor or group of mentors that you can talk with, and maybe when a job comes up, they'll say, oh, actually, I know this guy is trying to get into this industry. He might actually be a really good fit. Then that guy tells his boss, that boss actually talks to you, and you get an interview without even applying for it. Networking is super vital, and I cannot recommend it enough. So those are my tips for breaking into cybersecurity, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this video. If you have any recommendations for people, please do throw them in the comments below so that they can see what you think about breaking into cybersecurity and how maybe you were able to break into cybersecurity. I love to see as many opinions as possible because it helps having as much noise around a topic as possible so that people have an understanding of what the different avenues are to actually break into the industry. If you enjoyed this content, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks for watching.